Don't placate God's promises. I don't even have half of what I need to look nice if I was to have a professional job. I have a travel flat iron. I have a comb. I've got very basic things, and yet they're saying, well, get a place to live first. Well, I tried to stay away from, they say, flee from your sin, or you tend to argue easily. But when somebody is wrongly using Dianetics, Scientology, and government, where it's like the laws don't exist again, and we've got to re-acknowledge the Constitution and all the cases that ever were unprecedented cases, changing the Constitution, and so. And then there's these threats, these poorly constructed telephone poles with 3 transformers on them. And they're dilapidated in these neighborhoods. And I think everybody has put somebody in place to fill those positions, to fill those homes. And only a few people are going to go kablooey when something goes down, like an ice storm could happen and take down these power lines. And then they're installing a gas line. Everybody's across the street flicking their cigarettes. I'm flicking their lighters, and my hair shouldn't be falling out to this level. I think somebody is putting Haldol in some of my food, or possibly in my morning med, which I'm going to take now. Haldol has a side effect with me that it causes my hair to fall out. And it's really not for mental illness. It's for people who have anxiety and are in crisis of some kind. It's a fast-acting drug. So I think somebody has done this so that my hair will fall out, or that I will fall on my face asleep when I'm a morning person now. But somebody's trying to sabotage how I pulled it together. If somebody said, while I was under hypnosis, physician, heal yourself, it worked. Doesn't take away from the power of Jesus Christ. I believe also that when he was healing in his ministry, he said, night is coming when no one can work. And then he went on to say, and then he instructed somebody that had to follow the instructions, go to the pool of Siloam and receive your healing. But I believe Jesus says many, many things that apply at the time. They apply as long as it's for his good purpose. He can use his own word to apply it to a situation, even if somebody else is like, no, the actual interpretation is this. Doesn't matter what was the result. I mean, I could see if they were saying they were trying to take that moment and force people to do something, or force people to believe something that was really off, causing problems. But if I said that it also means, here I am and I'm going to heal you today, and in the future there's going to be a time when nobody's really going to be able to heal. Just nobody's really capable of healing. or that for some reason the world is so corrupt that it's just, if it requires that somebody who's on their deathbed believe, you know what I'm saying? So maybe we're all worse off than we know. The reason why I think I had problems mainly is because when I left my fiance, okay, I didn't leave Jesus, I chose Jesus in that instance. I wanted a better life for myself, and I wanted to become a first responder. This is pre September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center. Just prior to it, pretty much about a year before that, I became an EMT and started having real problems. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't know if it was an accident that I don't remember or it was a minor accident, but it caused major issue in the flow of CSF fluid to my brain. But when somebody says we go into a certain place and things that are words can become manifest into something. So your mind's eye was this big. And I said, and I popped it for some reason. They're like, don't. That's okay. We reconstituted it for our museum, whatever they have a museum of, maybe imagery or something of what it might look like. And I said, I believe it's because they said normally the mind's eye is very small. I said, I believe it is because it swelled due to a leak or some kind of meningeal tear or something causing the fluid to swell it. And so I just said, that's probably what it is. Also, my hearing, how I hear, it sounds like everybody's in water. So I thought, we're under the sea, we're here, we're there. I'm like, I don't know where we're at, but what I'm hearing is often sounds like there's a water barrier between me and them. And then I can also sometimes hear it. I'm moving things around and it's picking up on sound. And I'm calling myself Lucy because that movie with Scarlett Johansson, she's in everything, and they're like, if we do, she'll die. I'm like, don't you want me dead? A lot of these voices want me dead. A lot of these magicians will lose they won't be impressive anymore. I mean, I say the word magician in a biblical sense. They won't have their gift anymore. And that is what Egypt faced as well when they owned the Hebrews. I mean, Aaron and Moses went to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's magicians would throw down a staff and it would turn into a serpent. And then Aaron was told by God, the Lord, throw your staff down, and his staff turned into a serpent that devoured the other serpents. So they didn't use things. I don't believe they used their mind to do everything, but that God is understanding that it takes us, we have to do everything. And so it's easier to just allow this, however our minds were opened, utilize it for his purpose of us battling the enemy. I pray this, that anything we've done, he'll say, okay, that's good, and then proceed to do something for his purpose with it that is good. But I seem to be stuck where all the bad ideas go. That's why I said a long time ago, I said, I think I'm in the recycling bin. So, oops. Wrong plug. So, yes, these things are very good. Very happy with my flat iron. My hair is naturally straight, and I haven't permed my hair in a very long time. But somebody is always trying to sabotage everything I do in what is a place where its matter, energy, space, and time are manipulatable. You can change solid objects, metaphysical objects. You can change things. I guess the Matrix talks about it, or the spoon bending, and what I'm saying is there is no this, and um, I try to transcend all of this hellfire by there is no me. I'm not here, and then everything goes, but nothing disappears, and it takes a second. And the truth is, as a Christian, I don't want to become independent of Jesus, who is transcendent of all of it. And he has a glorified body. He doesn't need a conduit. He has a glorified body, but he needs disciples. And I've tried to reason with whatever's happening around me using their terminology. So everybody's like, "Oh my God, you fell away," or "You did this," or "You did that." No, um, I tried to figure out who's running things, because there are temporary powers and principalities. But I read, a, I think it's a proverb: a nation that a nation that transgression. Stop it. 30 minutes in. A nation that transgresses has many rulers. And so, what we need, the United States needs to think, what have we done? What have we done? If this is a simulation that I'm stuck in, or whatever, then you need to look back at the time within this simulation. What did we do? And stop being defiant. It's what they did. It's what everybody else did. If it's about morals and things like that, nobody wants to hear it because it's our personal choice. But when it comes to our leaders, we want them to have a good background. But I would say that residency, being born in the United States, is critical for the presidency. But I don't even know if it's the requirement, but it ought to be a requirement for every position. Being born in the United States, and people with dual citizenship. So, I'm telling you, I'm some kind of a medium, dual. But I don't want to be. I want to just be me. Just want to be myself. If I want to make a voice up, I'm surprised too how it comes out. But I can look back at my old videos when I was first starting out with the video, because I had like at least a year of audio files, and I was happy with just audio because I was really shy, and you could see how I do this. I mean, it's obviously not professional where I'm like, I looked like that the whole time. So anyway, but I'm in Albany Med. My face is puffy because I had no thyroid hormone in me. So I require this for now. I say it's like a prosthetic hand. It doesn't, but in other cases for other people, I wouldn't say Rachel says. I'm just saying for me, because going to be healed physically and mentally, but it's like, we got you this shiny new leg. All right, climb up out of this trench. We gotta go, and into the next trench. So it's really kind of pointless, is what I'm saying. It's gotten really whacked, And I'm sorry, I have to acknowledge when you're playing a game of thwarts, you might not want to be playing it on the person right in front of them and expect not to be run through. Okay? Because now it's these police officers and security guards are doing it right in front of everybody, ordering up avatars, conduits, the N word and the J word, which I didn't make this catalog. It's got to be dark web. It's got to be on the dark web. And they're just ordering up, and then people show up. This guy says, this guy was a friend of mine. I was lonely. I just described Rachel, see if she shows up. And it was someone he knew from long ago who looked similar to me, and they got to know each other and they went on a cruise. I mean, that's probably using it in a better way than you. I'm gonna send grandma when she was really hunched over from her osteoporosis, but she's gonna be a real mean, angry M-gramic. She's gonna be M-gramic. And unless you say her name, she's going to hang around. And I'm like, but you see, it's like, could be anything. And they really, it's like you handed a bunch of people a gun. So it's assault with a deadly weapon. It's cyberbullying. It's cyber crimes. And it's also terrorism, domestic terrorism. And what's happening is voice match is really very rarely near perfected. So if you're on the phone with somebody and you don't like what they're saying, because normally they're a different way, say denounce placations. Say placations because it's the main thing that has to be done away with, and then all the other cations would have straightened out. They would have just straightened out. I don't know how, but I managed to end staycations a few days ago, and it had to do with my family, Johnny Depp. So I don't know. I felt a little bit, but I also this person in this suit was folding something up really neatly. It was way different. And yes, there was movement around, but it was way different than anything I ever experienced. And I think what we went to now is now we're in the simulation. So, but it ended. But the wrong person ended it. So here I sit stuck. And or it's well, we didn't want to end it that day. We don't want her to be the new guru. And so, because nobody's really informing anybody, they're trying to keep everybody not really limitedly informed. And that's how it's going to remain. I'm just a little person with a little monthly check from Social Security. It's not anybody's secret little file unless somebody in that administration saw me as something to them. Which, you have to do a proper investigation. Don't do this the Mendy way. Don't do this don't do this using this means right now, like an experimental means. If that's the only way you can do it, then your rights are being violated, because you have a right to question this in the right way. All right, so I'm going to load this up to YouTube when I get to maybe the library today. Have a good day.